What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ricky. I am a former metal drummer. Today, reacting to Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden. Before we get into the video, please like the video. If you do happen to like it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content moving forward. So Sleep Token is the first time that we're seeing them on this channel. I have heard a couple of songs from them before, just not this one. So to give you just a tiny bit of context, Sleep Token's songs that I've heard would be The Summoning, Granite, and Alkaline, I think are the only ones that I've heard. So I have not yet heard this one. I know it's an 8.5 minute song, so I will try to keep my analysis as brief as I can, but I can only promise so much. So let's just get right into it. Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden in 3, 2, 1.
I dream in phosphorescence, bleed through spaces, see you drifting past the fall.
Man, Vessel's vocals are insane. There's so much different kind of influence that you hear in his tone and kind of his approach. He has a very almost jazz to soul approach to his vocals, and the way that his tone is portrayed and how he kind of approaches each note. I don't know, it's one of those, I don't know, it's like a spidey sense for your ears. I don't even know how to explain it. It is such a satisfying tone that he has, and it's in every song. We have to keep going.
But no one told you where to go. We dive through crystal waters,
Oh, those harmonies.
perfect oceans, but no one told me not to breathe. And now the weightlessness recedes. Mama, those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect. You're a funeral pyre. Come now, bite through these wires. I'm a waking hell, and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway higher. Grow back your sharpest teeth. You know my desire. I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Take me back to Eden. Take me back to Eden.
Okay, so I had a feeling that was coming. As part of the giant, alluring, I don't know, feeling that Vessel can portray in his vocals is the melody choices that he has. There's some similarities between songs, but not like, it's not like he copied and pasted from different songs. From like a melody from, like, say, The Summoning is not going to be the same thing in Take Me Back to Eden, but you can kind of see sort of the direction that it's going. But it's not that it's predictable. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, you know that it's his sound. You know this is Sleep Token, And I I love the kind of compositions that they make throughout each song. Some songs are much shorter than others. Obviously, this one is 8 minutes, so this is going to take a little bit. But they like these kind of grandiose like ideas between just the songs themselves, not to mention like what they do between songs in an album setting. So at some point, I'm going to have to do a deep dive into one of their albums and just go from start to finish to kind of experience and understand the entire like transformation of compositions that they're doing, because it's not just like, hey, this is a metal song, this one's kind of like a little bits and pieces of this is little bits and pieces of that. They have like full experiences between each individual song, and it's unique to this kind of era of music that we're in. Let's get into this metal part. Oh. Oh, that was a chonky guitar tone there the last couple of bars. I don't think the musicians get enough credit. I know a lot of people, from things that I've, maybe a couple of articles I've read, a lot of people kind of understand that I think the drummer is 2. I'm pretty sure I have that number right. I think 2 is the drummer, 3 is bassist, and 4 is guitar. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure drummer is 2. He's kind of universally known as kind of the, like, between Vessel 1 and then 2 are kind of the backbone. A lot of people think that they're the backbone of the band. The instrumentals don't get enough credit, I don't think, because it's not there to be technical. It's there for sound and feel and vibe and tone, and they nail it each time. But oh god, that may have been a mastering thing or maybe a pedal in the guitar tone there in those last couple of bars, but it just got so dark and low. Like the tuning, I don't know if they tuned it down, or I'm not sure. Maybe it was like a minor chord I didn't hear, or like I'm not sure. But man, let's keep going.
Well, yeah, I spit blood when I wake up. Sink porcelain stain,
Yeah.
brain matter and makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe went down and I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer, I dangling like cold cuts. Missed calls, answer phones from people I just don't trust. Mirror talk, fake love, but I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. White roses, black doves, godmother, rise up. I need you to see me for what I have become. My mind, those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect, you're a funeral pyre. Come now, bite through these wires. I'm a waking hell and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines of a pathway higher. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire.
Okay, so their utilization of background music, and I know they probably have to have backing tracks when they play live, and I think finally now we're in a spot in the music industry where that is starting to become accepted. There was a giant, like, kind of negative connotation if you needed to have backing tracks to play your songs, but as we get into this, current age of just performances in general, a lot of it is supported by synthesizers and kind of this aura feel in the metal industry. A lot of just a lot of background music that a typical guitar or bass cannot replicate. So I feel like this is a perfect example of how to utilize it. They use it a lot, but they also use it in places that it absolutely enhances the sound. It doesn't hurt it. It's not in the way. It's not like they're taking, computer sounds and making it sound like a guitar. That's not the point. They're adding layers that cannot be replicated otherwise, unless via synthesizer or something like that. And they use it so tastefully that it supports the sound and doesn't get in the way of the sound. Sometimes it's the only sound, like a lot of the cinematic breaks in between is a lot of just synth work. However, it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. They're not trying to portray themselves as like a synth band essentially with metal instruments, if that makes any sense. Like, it's incorporated in their sound. Part of Sleep Token is the synthesizers and the backing tracks, so to speak. Going back to the drummer, who I think is 2, I'm pretty sure it's 2. I remember in the interview that he did recently with Drumeo, that his influences come from all over the place, from fusion to hip hop to punk to rock. He's got so many different influences that he can pull from. And this is like prime example. Like, he had that metal part prior to this kind of hip hop break, and that hip hop break is exactly what that, like, his drums were right in line of what the feel they were going for. That's good. Let's go on.
I guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've no idea what we've got until we
Is that a major key?
lose it. And no amount of love will keep it around
Oh,
if we don't choose it. And I don't know what's got its teeth in me, but I'm about to bite back in anger.
oh.
No amount of self-absorbed fury will bring back the glory of innocence.
Yeah. It's a lot of layers. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that that's the direction they were going. I thought they were kind of going to fade away there and kind of make it like a long, I don't know, kind of outro fade. Something I have to appreciate with kind of the general public is that a band like Sleep Token, so in any of their songs, there is a very minimal amount of kind of mainstream sound that they do. They kind of take a surprising amount of jazz influence and kind of prog influence, which to a typical listener can get a little overwhelming and make you think a little too hard. But they do it in a way that's kind of subtle, Sleep Token does, that makes it much more palatable to a normal listener. The fact that this was one of the albums of the year, actually was the most listened to album of the year on Spotify last year, is insane, because to a, like, if you were a casual listener of music, this can be a little too weird for people. Like, the ebbs and flows are a little too extreme. Like, are you metal or are you kind of in this vibe synth range? Are you pop? Are you hip hop? Like, what are you? Are you funk? But they kind of just take everything and just throw it at you with purpose. And it's not random. It always has a direction. It's not just like, hey, I'm just going to put this here because I can, which they totally could if they wanted to. But the fact that this was able to be streamed as much as it was, it brings me so much joy, because it's not just a typical metal sound of like, hey, I'm going to give you kind of what I refer as the pop structure of sounds of like, here's the opening riff, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Here is like 3 different instrumentals and you have no idea which direction I'm going into. And I love that this has taken off. I'm glad Sleep Token is where they are in terms of their success. Let's get into this metal part. Wasn't ready. Oh. Oh. There's that chunk. Okay. I was not sure if they were going to fade in the middle portion of it or kind of in the synth part of it or funk part of it. They can do, like, if they wanted to do a full, just like that last, minute, if they wanted to do a whole metal song, they could. Like at the end of the Summoning, if they wanted to do a whole funk song, kind of like this sensual kind of funk groove, they could do that if they wanted to for a whole song. But again, they just take bits and pieces and give you little tastes of what their abilities are. And I can see why they've become such a big band in the industry, because they kind of hit you with everything that they have. Like, they're good, man. They're really, really good. I know they just announced, or not just announced, maybe it was, from the week or from the day this would be released, it's been probably a month that they announced their tour. So if you have a chance to see them, I wish I could go see them as well. There's a couple of festivals that are closer-ish to where I'm at, so maybe I'll have to take a flight over to see them live, because they're just really good. There's not much I can say. They're really good. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, if you did happen to like it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so we're not missing out on any content moving forward. And until then, guys, take care. I'll see you next time.